Morning, everyone. I am Dr. Venkatesh Kumar, working as assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Today, I'll be giving on a presentation on an introduction to mechatronics. So today we are going to discuss about what are the importance, advantages, and what do you mean by mechatronics, how the words are framed. So let me discuss one by one. When we look into this course, we'll be having there are 6 objectives in this course. The first objective is to describe the way mechatronics integrates different disciplines with applications. It means that how this mechatronics approaches comes into the part of integration of various disciplines. So it is a combination of all those engineering disciplines such as mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, electronics engineering, computer science engineering. It is an integration of all those disciplines. So that's why these subjects are very important nowadays. We are moving towards that industry 4.0 and IoT concepts. This is the combination of all those engineering branches. In the first unit, we are going to describe the various mechatronics elements present in the mechatronics system. So, whereas in the second unit, we'll be describing the various performance terminologies of sensors, such as accuracy. What are the different performance terminologies? How it does, on what basis we are going to select the sensors, and what are the applications of sensors, and what are the advantages and disadvantages over different types of sensors, and which parameter we need to focus. Everything we are going to see in the unit 2. That is the core objective of the second unit. So, to describe the performance of commonly used sensors along with their working and applications. In the next unit will be full of whatever we are receiving. First unit will be we'll start what is the mechatronics, what are the various elements of mechatronics. So we'll start what are the elements present in the mechatronics. Then we are moving to the elements present in the mechatronics system. First element we are going to see is in the actuators as sensors. Under that second unit, we are going to describe what are the various sensors available which is used for applications of mechatronics system. So next, once after completing the second unit, we are moving towards the signal conditioning part. What does it mean? So whatever sensors we are using in the mechatronics system, that will be able to convert one part of energy to another part of energy. Let us any type of sensors like temperature sensors, whatever sensors it may be, light sensors, displacement proximity sensors, or thermocouples, whatever sensors may be, the sensors output, the whatever parameters it may be, it is going to convert into an electrical signals. So that electrical signals whichever we are received from the sensors output, that is we are going to give the connect with the signal conditioning part. We know that a computer can able to read only binary digits. That means that bits. We name it as binary digits. So there will be two types of signals. One is analog signals and another one is digital signals. Digital signals are nothing but it is going to work with the help of binary digits. Nothing but zeros and ones. Since computer or microprocessor, whatever this, it can able to read the digital signals. And whereas analog actuators can able to recognize only analog signals. So we need a combination of this. So in this signal conditioning part, see, we are going to convert the signals whichever received from the sensors output, and either it is on analog, we need to convert into a digital, or else digital can be converted into analog signals. Whereas we are getting low electrical signal from the sensors output, we have to magnify it with the help of some amplifiers. So various types of amplifiers we are going to see, and some amplifiers will have some amount of some signals will be receiving from the sensors output. Anyhow, it is having some noise. In order to reduce the noise, we are using some filters. Various types of filters we are going to discuss, and multiplexers and demultiplexers. Finally, whatever signals we are receiving from various components of a mechatronics system, so we are going to connect component known as data acquisition system, where we can receive the data from the different part of the system in the mechatronics part. So this is going to be accumulated in the data acquisition system. Right. So these are the components we are going to discuss. That means that in the signal conditioning unit. So it means that it is going to strengthen the signals which are received from the sensors output. So that will be the objective of the third unit of this course. So next unit will be fourth unit. Under the third unit, we will be having two objectives. The first objective, as I mentioned, it's we are giving an introduction to signal conditioning. What are the importance of signal conditioning? How we are going to reduce the noise? And what are the different types of filters we are going to use. So next is course objective is under the third unit. So it will be like we are going to discuss the various types of analog to digital converters and digital to analog converters. So this will be comes under the unit 3, and unit 4 will be like we are going to discuss once after receiving this input, and there should be some brain should be there, right? So brain is like whatever human we are having, brain is the decision authority. So he is able to convert input to output into certain format, and whatever the operations we have to perform, that brain needs to decide, right? Say for example, if I am touching hot coffee, that I'm receiving the sense from the finger, and it is giving to the brain that is it is hot. Okay, take the finger, like that is I'm telling the simple examples. So in industry point of view, we might think, so finally that brain part will be like microprocessor and microcontroller will be there. So microprocessor, like it will be acting like brain of brain of a mechatronic system, and microcontrollers are also there. So we are going to discuss the basic structure of microprocessor and microcontroller in the unit 4, along with the programmable logic control, nothing but PLC. With some programming, we are going to see some ladder using ladder logic programming. We are going to discuss in the 4th unit using ladder logic programming, how we are going to control the operations like counter operations. There will be like different operations. By using the ladder logic program, we are going to control the operations. So next last unit will be like we are going to discuss, there will be various types of actuators. In the second unit, we are mainly focused on sensors and how the sensors output is converting, what are the various types of sensors. But in the 5th unit, we are going to discuss about particularly we are going to discuss electrical actuator, that too like stepper motor and servo motor, what are the classification, how it is working, what are the advantages and disadvantages for stepper and servo motors, along with their applications. And with some case studies, we are going to discuss in the 5th unit. So these are the course objectives for mechatronics. So at the end of the course, these are the different course outcomes will be there. As I mentioned earlier, the first unit will be will describe that various components, various elements of a mechatronic system. Finally, they will know about what are the various elements present in the mechatronic system, and what are with some applications oriented, such as washing machine control, shaft speed control, digital camera autofocus, and along with some MEMS technology, micro electromechanical system, automobile, or some engine management system, how these mechatronics elements are helping in for the automation purpose. Like these are the few applications we are going to discuss. Finally, the students will get to know this. And in the second unit, they can able to describe the various performance parameters and what are the various types of sensors and how we are evaluating the sensors. So this will be the second unit outcomes. Third, and like what is the necessity of doing signal conditioning, how amplifiers are working and helpful in this part of signal conditioning. And the next outcome would be like what are the different types of converters, that means that analog to digital converters and digital to analog converters. Students itself we can able to recognize which type of converters we can use for this. Say for example, actuators can read only analog signals, so we need a data digital to analog converters, whereas computer can able to read only digital signals. So with this digital signals, again we need to go for analog to digital converters. They will recognize which type of converters we can use for the particular applications. So next they can able to construct a ladder logic program mode with the help of PLC, and know how microprocessor and microcontroller will be used for carrying the task. And the last unit, as I said, this will be the course outcome of the last unit, like they can able to evaluate the operational characteristics of electrical actuation system and analyze with some few case studies of mechatronic solutions. So we'll see the term mechatronics. Actually, mechatronics is the word which is a combination of mecha and tronics. So mecha is the word coming from the mechanism. It means that whatever machine, whatever it is, like say for example, photocopier machine, whatever machine, there will be some mechanism, right? So the word mecha will be framed from the word mechanism. The mecha means it will be like mechanisms. So this is the first word, and it will be like two things: mecha plus tronics. So mecha will be framed from the word mechanism, and tronics will be framed from the word electronics. So these are the two words. This is a combination of two words. So it was invented by a Japanese engineer, Tetsuro Mori. from Yasco Electric Corporation in the year of 1969. So, as I told you earlier, it is a word framed from mechanism plus electronics. So, mechanism is nothing but usually a piece of larger process known as mechanical system, or sometimes you will name it as machine. And electronics is a branch of physics that deals with the theory and use of devices. Nothing but electrons. Here will be like so electronics is a word. Nothing like we'll be having electron, right? So here, how the electrons will be travel through your vacuum, gas, water, or semiconductor medium. As we know, like semiconductor, these are the mediums. With this medium, this electron is going to transfer. So now that's what we are discussing here. The motion of electrons takes place under the influence of, with the help of either under the influence of with the electric or magnetic field. So how the electrons is going to transfer in the mediums. Actually, this mechatronics was framed 1969. So before that, the things are like we'll start like history in the year like let us take last 75 years. So we'll start from 1950 to 1960s. Until that, we are using some we used to have mechanical components. Simply, we will be having mechanical components along some control engineering concepts. So after that, we moved to the 1960s. During the period of 1960s to 70s, this microelectronics a little bit came into existence along with some robotics. It is came to the existence after that. At the end of 1969, at the end of 1969, during the 1969 to 70, so this word mechatronics framed. So it means that mechanism plus electronics, right? So after 1917 to 18, we know that computer science will be plays a major role. Computers, and after 1990s, these mechatronics are framed. After that, it comes like application oriented. After 1970s, 70s, and during the period of 1990 itself. So during the year of 2000, we'll be having the sensors and connectivity comes into the part. After this 2010, as we know that we are like artificial intelligence, machine learning. These are the concepts came into the part of after the 2010. So automation will start at the period of during the transition period of 2010 to 11. So by after 2020, we know that industry 4.0 and internet of things comes into the play. So nowadays we are moving towards the IoT and internet of things along with this AML all together. Now we are moving towards the automation with the help of AML as well as IoT also, right? So the basic components of an IoT is nothing but sensors are very essential. As we know that sensors is a major component. It is like whatever parameter we are measuring, either temperature or light, whatever it is. So we need a temperature, we need a sensor. So that's what we are giving more importance to the sensors in the second unit with the various classifications of sensors. Since now moving towards automation and IoT part, so this will be more helpful for for our mechanical students to get into core industries. So now we'll see the various applications of mechatronics. So we'll start with this automotive systems. So first we'll be discuss about automotive systems like anti-lock braking system. We know that anti-lock braking system, power steering will be there, electronic stability control will be there, right? So this will be major applications we are using in automotive systems. And when it comes to this manufacturing and robotics, we'll be having AGVs, automotive guided vehicles, and industrial robots for assembling and welding purposes. We can use and manufacturing unit will be having CNCs, right? So computer numerical control machines, and pick and place operations. We can use pick and place operations. So these are the major applications of this mechatronics, pick and place operations, and automated material handling system. So these are some applications we are using in manufacturing and robotics part. When we are talking about this consumer electronics, So we will see about like a 3D printers. Nowadays we are using 3D printers, right? Like smart home devices, like home automation systems. So home automation systems, these are some applications we are using mechatronics. So now next we are moving towards that aerospace and aviation part. So under this aerospace and aviation part, we will be having a in under aerospace and aviation part will be flight control system will be there. So we'll be having unmanned aerial vehicles. We know that drones. So we are using this mechatronics. So these are some applications under aerospace and aviation systems. And when we are come to this medical systems, we'll be having like surgical robots, and I'll be giving few examples. Surgical robots. So nowadays we are using surgical robots for robotics assistant surgery part and automated drug delivery. These are some example we are using mechatronics. When you are moving towards military and defense part, so military and defense parts also we are using unmanned ground vehicles and autonomous surveillance systems, smart weapons. We are using smart weapons, guided missiles. For some home appliances, we are using mechatronics and environmental monitoring, smart agriculture. Nowadays we are using drones for for throwing pesticides and automated irrigation system. For that purpose, we are using fully of automation. Nowadays we are using mechatronics, traffic and transportation system, entertainment, gaming, and industrial automation. I told you earlier, industrial automation. We are using mechatronics. Mechatronics as major part. So, like these are some applications I would like to mention here for the mechatronics. So, in that way, this is very useful for our students. For even though it's final year students, it's very useful for getting placements. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.